Sometimes you don't need to drive hours away from the city to feel like you've escaped. For this trip, we headed out to Laurel Creek Conservation Area, and honestly, it feels like you're much farther away from everything than you actually are.
So we're at Site 2 at Laurel Creek.
When we arrived, the first thing we did was get a campsite set up. We got everything
Looks like
unloaded,
you're playing with the
put the
boot.
tent together, organized our gear, and settled into our home for the next couple of days. Once camp was ready, it was time to explore. And instead of jumping in the car, we grabbed our bikes and headed out to see what the park had to offer. Once you get into the conservation area, the surroundings quickly change. The roads get quieter, trees get thicker, and before you know it, it feels like you're completely disconnected from the city. And the best part? You're really not that far away at all. One of the things we really liked about camping here is how convenient the location is. If you forget something, need supplies, or just don't feel like cooking, you're only about a 10-minute drive from plenty of restaurants, grocery stores, and places to grab food.
So we found a trail. Check it out.
As you can see here, we made it over to the paddling area, and this was probably one of our favorite spots in the park. The bike ride was a great way to explore Laurel Creek. There are plenty of areas to ride around and lots of trees and natural scenery along the way. It was nice being able to just cruise around, take our time, and see different parts of the conservation area without having to worry about getting back to camp right away. The paddling launch at Laurel Creek is really nice. If you're bringing a kayak, canoe, or paddleboard, this is definitely an area I would recommend checking out. The next morning, we packed up and headed out for a day of exploring. Our first stop was St. Jacob's Farmers Market, and one of the great things about staying at Laurel Creek is just how close you are to St. Jacob's. The campground is roughly 15 kilometers from the St. Jacob's Farmers Market, which is around a 15 to 20 minute drive depending on traffic, so it's a really easy day trip from the campground. And if you're camping at Laurel Creek, I definitely recommend making the trip. One of our first food stops was Cheesy Business Wheel because Adriana had her eyes on the cheesy pasta. And if you know Adriana, you already know we weren't leaving until we found it. We grabbed her favorite cheesy pasta and continued exploring the market. There are so many different food options here that you could honestly spend a good part of the day just eating your way around the market. Next, after that, we stopped at Bake My Day. And this was definitely one of our favorite discoveries of the day. We grabbed some tarts and they were absolutely delicious. If you're visiting St. Jacob's Farmers Market, this is one place I would definitely recommend trying. The tarts were a must for us, and honestly, I couldn't. After exploring St. Jacob's, we headed over to a nearby festival happening on July 4th. And this turned out to be a really fun way to spend the afternoon. There was a little bit of everything going on. They had vintage cars, amateur wrestling, vendors, entertainment, and of course, all kinds of cherry-themed food and products. And since it was a cherry festival, we obviously had to try as many cherry things as possible. First up was the cherry pie. Then we tried a cherry tart. And of course, we couldn't leave without getting some cherry ice cream. But we weren't done yet. We even found cherry 7-Up. At this point, we were basically on a mission to try everything cherry-related that we could find. And before leaving, we picked up some sweet cherry jam to bring home. So even after the festival was over, we'd still have a little taste of the day waiting for us at home. Overall, this was such a fun little camping getaway. What I really liked about Laurel Creek is the location. You get that feeling of being away from the city, surrounded by trees and nature, but you're actually still close to everything. You can go camping, ride your bike, paddleboard, kayak or canoe, and explore the conservation area. And when you're ready to get out and explore, you're only a short drive from places like St. Jacob's, the farmers market, restaurants, shops, and local festivals. For us, the paddling launch was definitely one of the highlights. The beach, not so much. But if you're looking for a convenient camping destination where you can combine camping with a little bit of food, shopping, biking, paddling, and exploring, Laurel Creek is definitely worth checking out. And our trip wasn't just about camping. It was about getting outside, finding good food, exploring somewhere new, and making the most of a summer weekend.